So I will explain in English. Now, first of all, we are celebrating Guru Purnima. We need to understand the basics, that why there is a need of Guru and why there is a need of like any type of these activities. Let me explain you in other way. Once I had asked my Guru that why need to spread out these activities, why need to spread out the meditation process and everything, because I was looking at him. He was working for the whole day, and like in weekends when we enjoy, he move out to teach meditation to different people. And at that time it was not so simple. It was like I had seen him, he is holding the bag on his hand, and there are a number of books like 10, 15 or 30 or 40 books are there in his bag. He is taking a bag. In India the transportation was not good at that time, so he was traveling through the bus, and like it's a hardship. You cannot do for like anything where you are not getting any benefits, and still he was doing all these things. Then I asked him that what is the reason that why you are doing all these activities? You are not taking time for yourself, you are not taking time for your family, and you are doing all these things that should not be there. He said, that's right, but the thing is that I cannot control, or the power that comes from me, that I need to spread it out. I had said, how? You tell me. Then he explained me one simple example which is really very powerful. He bring me somewhere where in our city there is a very good food place, and it was like, it is very famous, it was very famous. And he bring me over there, he had given me that food, and I was so happy that, oh, this is so tasty. And later on when I come to home, I don't understand what he's doing, but later on when I come to home, I explain the same to my mother. I explain the same, oh, I was gone there and the food is so tasty. It's so tasty. I had explained it to my family, like relatives, my friends and everyone, and I explained them, like, it's so tasty. Then at that time my Guru told me that do one thing, now write down whatever you experience, it is on paper. Just write it down, that how you feel, what is your experience. And I thought, yeah, I can write, that's not a problem. I had taken a paper and I started writing, and when I started writing, I just come to know that I can write only 1 or 2 words or 1 or 2 lines, and that is what it is. So tasty, it's so spicy, it's so good, but except that I cannot write anything, because that is my experience. That is my experience, and I cannot explain the experience in words. And so difficult. It is so difficult to explain. Even the same thing, like I can tell you, you eat something or you experience something, you go to the beach, and when you come back from there, you ask, like, you tell me that, oh, it's so good, it's so nice, it's so good. Like what we can say, it's so good, I enjoyed over there. Then I will ask you that, okay, then what you enjoy, like what are the descriptions for that? In that case, because the enjoyment, it is not from outside, it is not from, like, because of the beach, because of the activities that you have done, because the enjoyment that comes from you, not from outside. You are not purchasing enjoyment after going to the beach. The enjoyment, the whatever you feel, that comes from your side. So to take it out from your inside, you have to go to the beach, something like this. which is not required, but which is required because we don't know how to take it out, and that's why we have to find all these ways. So in simple terms, what he explained me, that you cannot write that what the taste is and why it is so tasty. You can just say it's tasty, it's so much tasty. Even I ask you that how much it is, like how I can feel. There are many other tasty things. How I can differentiate this from this? There is no way. I can say the worst or the best one is, it is so tasty. Except this, there are no words. Or there is another option. What I have to do, I have to take the person to the shop, the same shop, ask him to eat particular that food item, and then I don't need to explain anything. He just have to put the particular food item in his mouth, and it's over, it's done. There is no need of saying one word. And even again, now that second person who had eaten that food, and I ask him to write something, again it's not possible for him also, because these are the words which comes through the mind, and the experience that we are talking about, this is a small physical experience I am talking. That small physical experience that we are talking about, even that is what we are not able to explain, we are not able to understand, we just feel it, that's all. So he explained me in different way. He said, see, if this is the small materialistic experience, then in that case, how you can explain those things which is out of the mind, which is out of the circle of mind, and if you are trying to explain it, then it will create a confusion. You cannot explain that part. You can just experience that particular thing. You cannot write. Still, you can find number of books. Let's say there are the 108 Upanishads. It's a Upanishad. Upanishad is a scriptures which is created by some ancient people, and that's like a holy books where all this physical or all the spiritual experiences were written. Okay, so these are the Upanishads, Gita, and all the spiritual books. I am very sure you start reading it. Just try to read whatever is written. Don't read explanations. Just try to read particular those sentences. You can read the translations, but don't read the explanation. You just try to read that part. When you try to read that part, definitely you will be confused. The reason is that because they are trying to explain those things which is not possible to explain, but they are experiencing it, and that's why they want to put something on the paper. And when I put something on the paper which is not possible to explain, which is not possible to write, still I am writing, then it will create a confusion. And that confusion will, let's say a person who is reading it, he will be in a dilemma. He's saying, oh, what is this? He's saying like this, it might not happen, it's not possible. Whatever is written over there, I don't know it is right or wrong, because it is written by our holy saints. That's a different thing. I cannot force them to not to write, or I cannot विरोध करो सो क्या है? I cannot oppose it, right? But I don't understand. I respect him, that's why I'm saying nothing. But that doesn't mean that I am accepting it. I am not opposing, but I am even not accepting. And the reason is that because this is an experience that he want to explain us, and it's not possible to explain, and that's why it creates a confusion. Let me give you the small example which is given in Gita. Gita again is a scripture which is given by the Lord Krishna. In that Gita, one part, the Lord Krishna says that I am like a whole universe. Immediately after that, the second word will be I am in the whole universe, and the second word will be I am in a small part of universe. I am here, like in Gujarati it's called હું કણમાં પણ છું અને હું મણમાં પણ છું. So what do you mean by this? If I am saying that I am sitting over here, I am sitting here in Scarborough, and second time I am saying right now at the same time I am sitting somewhere in India, it's not possible. How can you say like that? You can, might be you are here or might be you are there, but somewhere but at a time. But if you see the scriptures, like the example that I had given, the Lord says, I am in small parts as well as I am in the big universe. How is possible? If you are here, then how you are there? And if you are there, then how you are here? That's what the confusion is. And you can read number of books and they have the same writing language. The reason is that the person who is trying to write, he have the experience, but he don't have the words. And then it will create a confusion. Now, just take our topic to the different way. Why there is a need of guru? Like we had passed out number of learning cycles in our life till now. We are walking, we are talking, we are living with family. They all our gurus. Mother, they are guru. Father, they are our gurus. Even if you are going to school, they are your gurus. Everyone is your guru. From where you are getting any teaching, it is a guru. Okay. But now there are two types of knowledge. The first knowledge, which is called the materialistic knowledge. Materialistic means which is easy to see, which is easy to explain, which is easy to feel. Okay. The second experience or second knowledge is there where it is totally based on the experience. The first part, it is very easy to document. You can write it very easily. Let's say if I want to make a computer my home, like I want to make it by my way, I can. It's difficult, I know it's difficult, but I can read number of books, I can follow that. It might take me 1 hour, 2 hour or 1 year, I don't know, but after even 1 year I can make it. I can make the computer at my home, and once I make it at my home, it will be fine. It will be the final product is there. The material is available because each and every word is possible to document in the paper, on the paper. You can, the instruction will be there. You have to use particular this chip. You have to use this processor. You have to connect it this way. You have to make it in this way. You have to fix it in this way. All the systems from start to end, the flow is already available and you have to follow the flow. Because it is possible to describe, it is possible to explain, but this is called materialistic knowledge, which is possible to, and there are the number of documentation. You can write everything on the paper. The whole materialistic world, you can write it on the paper. How to make a particular recipe, it is already available. You have to follow the flow. That's fine, that's okay. On the same way, on the other side, if you are talking about the experience part, it is not possible to write anything. People are asking that what is the experience of samadhi, right? Samadhi means the higher stages of the meditation. Definitely anyone can answer who had experienced it. But the simple question that comes before that, the simple question is that what is a sleep, and can you write a document on sleep? Can you write something on the sleep? Oh yes, you can start writing by this way. You have to lie down on the bed. There should be a good cushion and there should be a good mattress and everything so that you don't find any hardness in there. Then you have to close your eyes, put your head on the cushion and then close your eyes, and then what? Then nothing. You cannot write more than that. You don't know how to enter into the area of sleep, and there you are just stopping yourself. You are just. Now what happens here? Sleep is a normal process which you are experiencing in your normal life every day. If you had passed your 10,000 days of life, then each and every day you have an experience. So I can say that you have an experience of 10,000 times. You are the master of sleep. Okay. And if you are a master, you can write anything. It's very simple to explain. Still, if I ask you write something, document it on the paper, what you can write? Because you are a master, I expect a book, whole book on the how to sleep. But still, if you have to write, there are only few words, few lines, and after that lines, nothing will be there. You just say, okay, you can sit on the, like you can lie down and put your cushion and put your head on that, and then just close your eyes and then wait for a sleep. you don't know how to enter into that, because this is now the experience which you cannot put it on the paper, and this is a small experience. This is really a physical experience which is experienced by everyone. But now when this particular part goes to the higher levels, where you are saying that it should be in a deep meditation, it should be a samadhi, like higher trance position, in that case you cannot write anything, because the words are not there to write anything. Even if you are trying to write, you are creating a confusion. I have seen many people, they are asking that, okay, can you tell me what will be in a samadhi state? Then the person is trying to explain, but whatever he is explaining wrong. He is giving some materialistic points, because there is one simple term, like the word which we can say, which is visible, it is more acceptable. So the person who have an experience, when you ask him, a person will try to explain it physically. Like the more physical he can be, he will be explaining. And the person who is listening, he's even trying to make it more feasible. But the simple thing is that you cannot make it feasible, because it is not possible. It is not possible to document it. Let's say if you are saying, we are believing in God, we are believing in the ultimate nature, but we don't know whether it is there or not. And that's why we always try to find a way, physical way, so that we can at least start believing it. And that's why we create a statues, like the murti, God. It's Shankar, it's Krishna, it's whatever it is. Because we need a physical presence. And if the physical presence is not there, we are not gonna accept it. Even in some of the cultures, even in the Indian culture, we are believing that the sun is a god, because we can see it. If we are looking at him and it's our eyes explanation, we are looking at him and it is there, then it is more practical for us. It is more, you can say it's believable. But the thing is that this is again a physical world. Before many years it was not there, and it is assumed, like there are a number of years, the medical science, not medical, our science, NASA had said that after certain number of years, sun will not be there. So it is right now, and that's why it is very easy for us to identify it. But we all know that before certain years it was not there, and after certain years it will not be there. So still it is there. That's why we are saying it is a God. We always believe in the areas where we can see by our naked eyes, and that is more believable. But what Upanishads are saying, what our scriptures are saying, what the spiritual books are saying, the heart of all the spiritual books is that don't look at it like what you are seeing. The sun is there, you are seeing it as from your eyes, that's perfect. But think about this part, that from where this energy comes. Your eyes is doing its function, but from where the energy is coming, you have to pick that energy. Don't pick the eyes, because the eyes can see and it can give you the experience. This is a part of its function, and that's why it is doing this. But you have to identify the way that from where the energy is coming to the eyes. That is what invisible, that is what we cannot understand, and that's why we always try to neglect it. We always find something which is more feasible, and we always try to neglect it. I had asked many people that why you are not doing meditation. They learn meditation, sometimes they do, sometimes they have so much power to do meditation and they sit in meditation, but then later on they just try to stop it. Again after certain time they again start it. When I ask them that why you are not able to do meditation, then they definitely say to me that what happens, like if we eat, we can feel the hunger is going down, because it's physical thing, and your eye is looking at it, the food is there, food is going into the mouth and it is going into the stomach, and you feel exactly physical presence. but after food is there in your body, it will create a energy. This energy portion you never ever able to see. Same way, when you are saying that the God is there, you cannot understand the God, you cannot see the God, you cannot feel the God, and that's what the problem is. And that's why we are trying to focus on all those material senses which gives any feeling. And the worst part is that when you do meditation, you have to be with yourself. And what I can see from here, today's world, all the people, what they are doing, if you scan the mind, if you scan the mind of the people, then you can come to know that out of that some portion is dedicated to food, some portion is dedicated to the family, some portion is dedicated to relatives, some portion is dedicated to your liking things. All these things are dedicated, but for yourself, for your own self, where you have to be with yourself, it's very few seconds, not more than that. Because even in sleep you are there with yourself, but in sleep you are not aware, and that's why you don't know whether what is going on or what is not going on. So the thing is that here, why need a guru? The reason is that guru is a person who had experienced something. He already walked through the way, and once he walked through the way, he knows that what are the pros and cons, like what are the benefits and what are the problems, and he can control that problems, he can control that situations, even he can guide you the right way. Okay, now again, before, like if you talk about the India, there are the culture, you had heard about the Krishna and Ved Vyas, right? Sandipni, sorry, where he had visited, he had stayed there for like 5-10 years, and he learned everything from there. That is what written in the books. The same method, which is called the Guru and Shishya method, that method was there in India, and a student who want to learn something, he have to stay there in the ashram, and he have to stay with the master for a longer period of time, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and after 15 years, when the master says, okay, now you are ready to go, then only a person can move out from there. The reason is that because this is a place, this is a time where he have to stay with the guru and learn all those things. It is not possible to explain those things by the book. You cannot say that, okay, write it on the book and follow the same. Just put it in your mouth and just keep reading it, keep reading. It's not like keep reading. It's like keep feeling. Like you have to experience it, and that experience that you can get through the master, the experience, the transformation from experience to experience. It is not about transformation of knowledge to knowledge. Knowledge is easy to transfer, you can write it in the book, but this experience, the experience of the nature, experience of ultimate God, ultimate universe, whatever you can say, that is not transferable through the books. It is transferred through and through only experience. That means the person to person, and that's why there is a need of the guru and student relationship, which is called the guru and shishya relations or whatever. So basically the thing is what, this is the reason why the guru is required, this is the reason that why the activities from the guru is required. And one more thing that is what very important is that it's called guru vakya hi kevalam. That means whatever guru had said, that is final, you cannot change it. Forget about the materialistic part. But if he's saying something about the spirituality, then you have to follow it. You have to simply follow it. There is no excuses for this. Because the reason is that the excuses might come. When you do something, the excuses will come out from your mind. It is a nature of your mind to come out with the excuses. But if it is given by someone, it is given by, let's say, if a person want to start acting, you want to work as an actor, and a person like me who don't know anything about acting, and he's saying, oh, you have to practice it regularly, it doesn't make any difference to you, because you know that I am not a actor and I don't have any experience which is related to acting, and still I am saying, because it's a natural thing that suggestions will come out from everyone, and that's why I am telling you. But if the same thing which is given by someone who is at the higher level, like Amitabh Bachchan, He is very top star of India, and he is saying that okay, you have to practice acting for at least 1 hour a day. Then what I am saying and what Amitabh Bachchan is saying, it's different. I am saying it's no value, but if the Amitabh Bachchan is saying, then in that case, oh, he had said, I have to follow it. I don't like all the excuses which come aside, and you are just focusing on the one part. The same way here in India, the Guru had said, it's a Guru Vakya hi Kevalam. That means the person who is a master, if he is saying something, your mind will come out with all the objections, your mind will come out with all the opposition. Still, you have to follow it. Whatever you are thinking, that is your own thinking, forget about it. But you can follow that, but you have to do these things which is given by the Guru. So now let me start with